What's up, man? Welcome back to another video. It's Tino Regano from The Sophisticated Man, helping guys like you become the most confident, fulfilled, and attractive versions of yourself. So are you sick of being a nice guy? Do you fall into the category of being a dude who feels like the world is kind of taking advantage of him, and you really want to stop being this prototypical nice guy and want to start living more authentically, being more dominant in your decisions in life? You are in the right video, because my man, I have been there, and I've learned a few things about building assertiveness and becoming more of a dominant man. So that's why I titled this video, How to Go From Shy Nice Guy to Dominant Man. So basically, man, I have 3 solid assertiveness tips that I'm going to share with you today, things that I've had to learn and implement and go through. Everything I'm going to talk about right now are issues that I've had being the nice guy, being the dude that was afraid to speak his mind, was afraid to speak up, was afraid to be assertive. I was all of that. So I've had to learn these things and go through it. I've had the growing pains. Everything I'm going to tell you is from a personal standpoint, so you are not alone. I've definitely been there in my life. So the first assertiveness tip that I want to share with you is creating a personal schedule. You see, one of the problems that nice guys have is, they're always bending their rules and they're always bending their agendas to what other people are doing. I know for me, I would always spend like hours on end talking to people on the phone. Literally like 4 or 5 hours plus. I wish I was making this up. And this was with women, this was with friends, just anybody. If I was having a good conversation, I would just let it go out and draw it out. And honestly, what that communicates to another person, to women, is that you don't have anything else going on in your life. That your time is not valuable. Passive man that doesn't have things going on is going to let things linger. He's going to stick around longer than maybe he should because he doesn't know what he's doing next. He has no direction in life. The one thing that I have actually started doing is implementing Google Calendar and actually seeing the reminders on my phone pop up of, hey, when I'm filming a video, when I'm talking to a client, when I'm going to the gym, when I'm editing, or just anything else that I'm doing in my schedule, I have it created for me. If people are with me, I gotta tell them, hey, look, I gotta run. I gotta do some editing, or I gotta do this. It's setting the agenda for yourself. It's setting that direction so you follow your schedule, not somebody else's. So the second assertiveness tips that I want to share with you today is gratitude plus a boundary statement. So one of the biggest issues that I know I had in my lifetime was I was afraid to set boundaries, and people would literally walk all over me and use me and take advantage of me because I let them. Because I didn't have a strong idea of what was not okay with me and what was okay. What was I willing to tolerate? And a lack of boundaries as a man sets you up for a world of pain. Trust me on that. Sometimes guys get a little bit too passive and they think that, telling somebody that they have a boundary and being assertive is this negative, aggressive thing, but it really doesn't have to be. You tell me which one sounds better. Hey, I gotta run, man. You're just fucking talking too long. I gotta get the hell out of here. I got things to do. Or, what sounds better? Hey, man, I appreciate the invite, but I actually have some editing to do and gotta run, but listen, we'll talk next time. I gotta go, though. Which one sounds more respectable, but also genuine and kind? Obviously the second one. Do they both have the same point? 100%. But the intentions are different. The intentions say, I respect what you're saying, I hear you, but I don't agree, I don't have time to do what you're saying, or I have something better to do and I need to run. Any reason that you don't have time for something does not matter, but the way that you deliver it is what does. Sometimes it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. So if you start with a positive statement, being grateful for something that, let's say you've been invited to a dinner or a party, or a girl wants to hang out with you or something, but you have something to do. Say, hey, I appreciate it, but I actually have something else going on right now, I gotta bounce. And doing it that way respects your time, but it also respects theirs, because you're not trying to put them down or be negative towards them. There's situations sometimes where maybe you need to set a strong boundary and be kind of aggressive and say, I don't believe that, or I don't agree with you. You can do that, but in a respectful way. But I don't even want to go down that route. That's another video. This one builds from the first one. If you don't have an agenda, you don't have things to do, then you're not going to know what your boundaries are. You're not going to have anything set in stone because you're so up in the air. That's why I always preach in these videos, man, to have a mission, have goals, have things that you are working on, because that gives you direction, that gives you things to do. And when you have things to do, you're a guy whose time is valuable, because a man spends time on what's important to him. His mission, his goal, working on himself, making sure that his life is in order, and not compromising on that, setting a boundary and sticking with it. I hope that makes sense. You don't have to be aggressive and like overly macho and beat your chest and intimidate the other person. You're not trying to start a fight. Sometimes conflicts happen, but you're not looking for a conflict. You're just setting a boundary, and you're respecting your own time. That's where it starts. And the third and final assertiveness tip that I'll share with you today is speaking your mind. Now, I know that this is kind of an obvious one, but some people actually look over this step. So I'm gonna read you the actual definition of assertiveness. So this is a definition from the Mayo Clinic. Being assertive shows that you respect yourself because you're willing to stand up for your interests and express your thoughts and feelings. I think a lot of the times, nice guys, confuse being assertive with being overly aggressive. Being assertive is not always telling people what you do not like, what you don't want to do. That's a part of it, but it's also saying what you do like. Here's a crazy mindset shift for you. Telling a woman that you find her attractive is assertive. You're saying your true feelings and your true expressions. Telling a friend that you really like their jacket, this denim jacket, saying, hey, I really like that jacket on you, man, looks good. That's being assertive. It's simply expressing your true feelings and your true thoughts. And guys get afraid to express themselves, to talk about what they really think or how they feel, because they think they're gonna be judged or they're gonna be rejected by that other person. But the reality is, man, a confident guy does not give a shit what other people think about him. Understand that if you're a guy that is doing something in life, if you're trying to achieve more than what you have right now, you're gonna be rejected. You are going to be judged. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. That's just a part of life. And the sooner that you can become okay with the fact that that stuff is just a part of the journey, you really stop caring what people think. I know for me, this was a big hang up for a long time. I wouldn't express myself authentically because I, was afraid of how that would come off. I'd rather be passive and say nothing and just kind of let it be than actually speaking up and saying if I like something or if I didn't like something. And that's being incongruent with who you are as a man. If you like something, speak up about it. If you don't like something, speak up about it. Now, there's always a time and a place, for sure. And there's a way to do it too. There's a respectful way to say what you don't like. There's a respectful way to say what you do like. So if you really have trouble being assertive and speaking your mind to things, start with the easy things. Start with things that are positive. You can start by telling a friend like, hey, I really appreciate our friendships. Or you can tell a woman that you just met, wow, I really like your sense of style. You look good in that. Just start doing something that, you're being authentic with your expression and you're telling people your truth. It's gonna carry over and make your whole assertiveness muscle that much stronger. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below. Did you learn anything new? Are you gonna be taking action on these things? And also, what topics do you want me to cover more of on this channel? I'll read all my comments. Any feedback is gonna be extremely helpful. Leave it in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't done so yet. And if you want to work with me and take your personal development to another level this year, where we actually work on giving you that direction, building structure in your life, helping you create routines, discovering how you can actually become that ideal man that you want to be and live your best life. Click the link below to apply for a free discovery call where we can talk about where you currently are, what's been holding you back, and where you'd like to go in your life. So that's it, guys. I hope you understand that the main takeaway or the main message from this video is essentially, the more that you can become secure with yourself as a man, the more that you can become authentic, speaking your truth, not being afraid to establish boundaries, and respecting yourself. That is the biggest thing. When you respect yourself, other people will follow suit. It all starts from within. Don't go looking for respect from people. Start from within. Start by respecting your own time. Start by respecting your own values. Have boundaries that you enforce even on yourself. If you know you have to be somewhere and you're dilly-dallying around, or maybe you're watching a movie or on YouTube or eating snacks, Tell yourself no. Start there, and then it just makes it easier to actually say to other people. I promise you this information is really, really going to help you. So with that being said, man, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Remember, everything truly does start with you. Peace out, man.